Hello guys, I want to talk with you here today about this relatively new concept, at least to me, of the possible spout. This is actually a concept that I have learned after I started going camping with Mac, and I didn't really know, tell you the truth, I didn't know much of the difference between the possible spout and the survival kit, especially because from what I can see, from what I have seen, based on the videos I have seen out there, a lot of people don't actually know very well the difference between a survival kit and the possible spout. And what it is like a survival kit is the type of kit where I will actually store the items that I need to help me in case I have an emergency in the bush. They will help me with the survival priorities like shelter, fire, water, signaling, navigation, and food if it is the case. But those are the main aspects which a survival kit must take care of, or at least should take care of. Now the possible spout is a different concept. It is more like the bag or the place where you are going to carry those items which you are actually planning to use in the bush. So for example, my survival kit, my main intention is not to touch it, not to use the items from my survival kit as I'm camping, unless, like I said before, I see myself in a real emergency situation. Now the possible spout is actually where I intend to store those items which I am sure I'm gonna need, or which I'm sure I will have to deal with them, at a certain point during my trip. And this is what I got here, and I'll show you guys exactly what my possible spout is. Now, as you can see, the pouch is a piece of nylon, heavy duty nylon, which is rolled and wrapped together. And originally, this roll of nylon, this pouch here, comes with two elastic loops which are attached to the two corners, so you can use the elastic to keep the corners together like this. And like I said, they are attached here. What I did is I just put another piece of paracord to the loop that comes in the central part, the central part of the tip here, to help me, like you have seen before, to help me keep everything nice and secure and firmly attached inside of this whole thing. But the concept of this possible spout is really cool. Get a load of this. Yeah. So it's like I said, a heavy piece of OD green nylon, and in the internal part you have all these several compartments which can be accessed by the zipper, and you have several zippers for each compartment. And this is actually where I store the items of my possible spout. And let me tell you what they are. In the first compartment here, I have those items which are more like hygiene items, okay? Toothbrush, like this little cord string that you use to clean your teeth. Some headache pills, like tweezers, like a piece of soap, like nail trimmer, nail cutter, whatever you call it, like a little mirror that I could use for signaling to, like sewing material, needles, cord, like a pin, safety pins, a thread actually. So this is what I keep in the first compartment. In the second compartment, I carry like a little net, some paracord, and there's some extra batteries for my flashlight, for my headlamp. Another, in the central compartment, I have the US Army repellent, which is really good. I use it a lot all the time here in the bush. I have this other little bottle, this container where I store chlorine, okay, liquid chlorine that I use to purify my water, and some more cord for general use. In this other compartment, in this other container, I have my first aid kit. I have like the sulfa powder here. I have band-aid. I have duct tape that I can use to take care of some wounds. I have, painkillers, for muscle when I have muscle sore, when I am muscle sore, or whatever, like for headaches. Let me see. Yes, I got iodine here, to treat my wounds or help me treat the water. Yeah, that's basically, this first aid, kind of items, nothing really fancy here. And in this last pouch here, I keep the material, the tools that I use to keep the edge on my blades. So I have sharpening stones here, I have files here, I have Vaseline in this container here to help me, prevent my blades from rusting away. I have a little thing here that I use to measure distance. It is about 3 feet long, okay, a meter long, and yeah, that's basically what I got. Sharpeners, sharpening stones, and stuff that I use to help me, like I said, keep the, my blades sharpened, keep a good edge on my blades, and everything goes in this, piece of nylon wrap. I don't even know what to call it in English, seriously. Maybe you guys can give me a help. Can give me a hand with this little problem that I got here, because I would call it like instead of possible spout, I would call it more like a possible strap. You know what I'm saying? Because this is actually the place where I keep all those items that I intend to use during my trips, wrapped together and, easy to be accessed. Because keeping everything compact and firmly attached inside of this, firmly stashed inside of this roll here, I can usually just put it inside one of my Ellis packs outer pouches, and it fits in really nicely. So I just keep it in there all the time, and if I'm not using the Ellis packs like it is the case now, I'm using just a smaller backpack. It goes inside of the other backpack just the same, because like I said, I really use the items that I carry here in my trips. I might not use all the items on the same trip, simultaneously, but I will definitely go through some of this stuff that I keep inside, and just keeping everything together in the same container, in the same bag like this. I will always make sure that everything in there is there, and from times to times I just have to go there, revise, make sure everything is as it's supposed to be. The expiring dates of the medicine are still okay, but if I keep this periodical maintenance, I will have a good possible spout for whatever trips that I need. So this is basically what, the kind of stuff that I've been carrying with me in the bush. My survival kit. In this case, my survival kit is spread all over inside the pockets of my jacket. I have like a space blanket somewhere. I have like a compass here. I have like a ferro rod with a fire starting materials here, and basically my whole survival kit for this trip is spread inside the pockets of my jacket. But I also have my possible spout, like I said, for this trip. And that's basically it, people. I hope you liked the concept of the possible spout. For those people who are already familiar with it, I hope you liked the way I made my possible spout. For those of you guys who hadn't heard of it so far, now you have, and now maybe you can start thinking of make a possible spout for yourselves too. And that's it. This was Juliano Toniolo from Brazil, guys, and I'll see you in the bonus.